Yeah, and he's a heavyweight. I don't really think I could ever see them two actually fighting.
No.
Truth be told, what I wanted to bring up was now that Tyron Woodley is a free agent, Tyron, be the one to knock this dude out. I mean, I feel like it could be the perfect candidate, really.
Yeah, 100%. So we talked about that off air, actually. And, with Tyron Woodley, and we did foreshadow this, we did say, look, if he loses his next fight against Vicente Luque, he will be cut. Following that, we said he's going to be cut within a month or so. We were correct. He was cut. And it was funny that he was cut just days after he actually had an interview with Arahuani saying, I was actually unable to fight Jake Paul originally when I was asked by Jake Paul to fight him because I was still under contract with the UFC. Now that I have lost against Vicente Luque, I might be cut now. If I'm cut, let's fight, Jake. Let's fight. There's no strings attached to me now. And then actually he got cut. So this could be Dana sending, he sent Ben, now he's sending Tyron. And if anyone, I would like to see Tyron there because he's much closer in terms of weight to Jake Paul than Ben Askren was. Ben Askren was a 170-pounder, did fight at 185. And so did Tyron Woodley. Yeah. But there was a difference in physique when it comes to weight there. When I look at it, Tyron cut a stupid amount of weight to hit 170. He's easily a 185. He definitely could fight at 185 if he wanted to. And when it comes to that is, I really think that Tyron Woodley would be perfectly suited to go in a boxing match against Jake Paul because Tyron actually has been in a boxing gym for a large amount of his life, especially at Wild Card with Freddie Roach and things like that. And a lot of his camp is made up by professional boxers and amateur boxers, very high caliber boxing fighters, whereas Ben had to learn at a later stage in life where you can't pick up skills that well within maybe 8 to 12 weeks to train for it, as well as coming off a hip surgery. Obviously they've picked an opponent very well, and Jake's done very well at marketing himself. Let's get Tyron that fight. Let's make it happen. Yeah. Tyron deserves that pay, and he doesn't deserve that disrespect because even Jake Paul's mate, Jalen Love, was calling out Tyron Woodley as well. Saying, holding up the boxing glove, saying, you don't know anything about these men. Tyron did know a lot about boxing. Certainly not a professional boxer, but he can handle himself in the ring, and he's much closer to Jake's weight. I would like to see that fight, and obviously there's no strings attached now. Do I see Jake probably accepting that fight? Probably not. I see Jake probably next picking maybe an amateur boxer. That's what I see him. I see him picking an amateur boxer from now on.
Well, we talked about this recently, but Dylan Dennis is going hard trying to fuck with Jake.
I don't see that happening at all. I don't see that. They both have collectively the worst hands in MMA.
Yeah, because Dylan Dennis is going on all these podcasts. He even did a video with Lana Rhodes. I sent you that, and I was like, "Oh fuck, man!" He's trying hard to troll him.
He's trying hard. They're trying to out-troll each other.
Someone pointed this out to me, like, the only person who's made Jake actually bleed was Deji. I was like, you're right, It was his first amateur fight, and that was just, I don't know, it's just such a strange area, like those. I still feel like there's a chance of Dylan Dennis happening, but I don't think Jake wants to pick him anymore because he's like, nah, man, you had your chance, and then Dylan's like, well, I had my knee, so anyway.
I see that being more likely than the Tyrant fight. I see perhaps maybe Dylan Dennis, or maybe I think Dylan Dennis, amateur boxer, Tyron Woodley, because right here against Tyron Woodley, much harder fight. Amateur boxer gets to say, I fought an amateur boxer. You won't fight a pro boxer. You're still trying to build up. Then you've got Dylan Dennis. Dylan, I actually like Dylan. I think he's actually a funny bloke, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Some of the stuff's so funny. That Lana Rhodes thing was just weird. When it comes to trolling and putting up funny memes and funny content, he would be really good at marketing a solid fight. And I think he would work really well into Triller's kind of structure where all they're looking for is just hype, drama, and selling kind of bullshit content. It's not going to be. It's not going to be. It's not going to be a really good striking match. It's really not. Dylan's been with SBG for a long time.
Yeah.
We'd think that he would build up a lot better striking base, but he doesn't. He's really good at Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. He's amazing at Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and he should probably stick in his lane. Because when you see his first fight in Bellator, which arguably was a while ago, maybe 2017, 2018 or something like that, but his first fight, his debut, was, I believe, was against someone who was 2-4 in Bellator. No, actually, he was in Bellator, but he was 2-4 professionally, right? And he was getting pieced up. He was getting pieced up until Dylan took him down. I believe he went for a heel hook or a leg lock, and then he managed to win the fight. But he only won when he played to his strengths, which is Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Also, when you look at Dylan Dennis, his frame does not look like a 190 or 200 pounder. Not at all. When it comes to setting up a more competitive match, it would be an amateur boxer or it would be Tyron Woodley. And I think Tyron Woodley would be the perfect fit right now because it ties very well into Triller's last fight. And it certainly threads back into that storyline how he beat Ben. Tyron's a much better boxer and Ben's very close friend. He's going to come whoop Jake's ass because he's good friends with him. I think that plays in a lot better. But let's be real. If he fights Dylan Dennis, I wouldn't pay $1 to watch him fight Dylan Dennis. Let's be real. I wouldn't. It's just it'd be a shit show.
It'd be a really shit show.
Yeah.
I don't want another circus of a card. Like we saw it in the last one. Like I didn't even want to watch Frank Mir fight. I don't want to listen to Oscar De La Hoya commentate. I don't want to listen to Snoop Dogg commentate. It's just it's a bit of a joke, man. It's a bit of a circus. Look, if you want entertainment value, but if you're a real fan of the sport and the sweet science of boxing, get the fuck out of here, man. I mean, I'm not gonna